Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the channel. Happy New Year. This is our first live in 2023 and I'm so excited to be chatting with you guys. And today as you can see from the title, we are going to be talking about the home childcare provider pilot as well as the home support worker pilot. So kindly, um, as you join the live, say hello, happy new year. Let me know where you're watching me from. Thank you so much. I can see Temi's impressions. You're the first one to join. Thank you so much. Welcome. Congratulations to you. I'm so excited to have you join me online. Thank you so much. How is your new year going on so far? Um, Let me know in the comment section below. As you join, please give the video a thumbs up. It helps with the algorithms to get more people seeing the video, and also it helps with the numbers. Yeah. So I'm so excited for today's video, and I'm going to be focusing specifically on the home support worker pilot as well as the home child support worker. Let's just give it a few minutes to have people join us. If we make it to 30, then I'm gonna just start off. So as you join in, please say Happy New Year. Let me know where you are watching me from. It helps me, especially if I have to give examples and stuff like that, yeah? So I'm so excited. How is your new year so far? Let me know how things are going for you. Okay. Okay, we are 21 now, but there's only 4 likes. Guys, please give the video a like. I'm just writing the title. Okay, guys. So today I'm recording this video on January 1st, and there's a reason why I decided to start with. I see you all. Thank you so much for joining. Happy New Year. I'm excited to have you all join me on the live, the first live of the year. Thank you so much. And as I already said from the title of the video, we are talking about the Canada Home Child Care Provider Pilot and the Home Support Worker Pilot. And I'll be focusing mostly on the changes to the 2023 application process. So for those who may not be aware, Canada has more than 100 immigration pathways. And for today's video, we are going to be looking at specifically how you can immigrate to Canada as a home childcare provider or as a home support worker. And if, let's say, you are maybe an engineer, you are an accountant, you are a doctor, you are a nurse, whatever, you might probably think this video is irrelevant for you. But as we have talked about in our previous videos, especially where I have been talking about a manifestation, where I have been talking about things you can be doing meanwhile as you prepare for your great move to Canada or any other country for that part. We talked about there are different steps. Sometimes, let's say if I want to go to Canada, I may have to probably meander through different countries, through different routes before I get to Canada. So I might have to go to Dubai, for example, to work in a retail store so I can raise the money that I'm gonna need to show proof of funds. Or I might go to Afghanistan, like in my case, my first expatriate job, I started in Kabul, Afghanistan, some almost 13, 14 years ago, and that's where I have moved over to different roles over the years. So you don't have to start straight from where you want to be, but there could be different ladders, different stepping stones to where you may want to be. So it's easier to, let's say, apply for admission in a Canadian institution as a personal support worker, for example. It may be easier for you than to apply as a computer science applicant, for example. So sometimes your ultimate goal is to make it to computer science, but it doesn't harm you, for example, to start off as a personal support worker, even as you raise the funds or even as you find your footing in the country. So that's basically how it works. It's not always whereby we'll all be lucky to jump straight from, I jumped from Kenya and land straight as, I don't know, maybe an accountant in Canada. There could be different pathways. So with the home child care provider pilot and the home support worker pilot, there are 5-year pilot programs that let qualified caregivers and their family members come to Canada with the goal of becoming permanent residents. So that's one advantage, whereby you can immigrate to Canada with your entire family and get permanent residence. Even if it's not immediately, it could be a stepping stone to getting that permanent residence. So if you have been offered a job in Canada as a caregiver, or you have the experience working in Canada as a caregiver, you may be eligible to apply for permanent residence through one of these pilots. So applicants under the Canada Home Child Care Provider or Home Support Worker pilot can apply with or without 24 months of eligible Canadian work experience. So that's the other advantage of this pilot. You don't have to have the 24 months eligible Canadian work experience. You can have experience from your own home country and you still be qualified for this program. And of course, I've mentioned the advantage of being able to immigrate with your entire family. And of course, this could be a stepping stone into something bigger for you. So the main reason why I have decided to cover this topic, because this particular pilot is very time sensitive. And what I mean by time sensitive is because usually the Canadian government gives specific time slots such that they have caps. So the moment they reach that cap, then they close the program. So for the home child care provider program, the NOC code you're going to use is NOC 44100. Remember, guys, that there was an update in November 16th, 2021. Canada moved from what they were calling NOC 2015 to NOC 2021, whereby jobs are no longer just classified based on what you do, but they're based on a TEER system. It's based on your experience and all that. So for the home child care provider, the NOC code is 44100, and for the home support worker, it is 44101. So I've already mentioned these pilot programs, they're 5-year pilot programs. They are time sensitive. They open usually on January 1 of every year, and they allocate specific number of applications that will be accepted. There's a cap. Once they reach that cap, and then they close. And this is where it becomes challenging. So I had wanted to shoot this video last year, but for some reason, something happened. I don't know exactly what happened, and then I lapsed and I didn't shoot it. But earlier in the year, I think it was in October, I recorded a video and I shared with you guys what are the requirements for these two pilots and what you need to do. So today, when I decided to go back and check, I was preparing for the video, I went back and I realized that there has been an update. There have been some changes to the program. And the most thing that surprised me the most is that the government of Canada split the applications into two. So they have what they call gaining experience category and direct to permanent residence category for each of the pilots. That is the home support worker and the home child care provider. So under both pilots, for gaining experience category, they were only accepting 1,650 applications for 2023. And then, 2,750 applications for 2023, and then 2,750 applications for 2023 under the home child care provider pilot. So each of these is split into two further categories. For the home support worker pilot, we have the gaining experience category. They're accepting 1,650 applications, and then direct to permanent residence category, 1,100 applications. Same to home child care provider pilot under the gaining experience category, they have 1,650 applications, and then direct to permanent residence category is 1,100 applications. So what do I mean by these two? Like, what do I mean by gaining experience category? So gaining experience category basically means you have never worked full-time as a caregiver in Canada, or you have less than 24 months of work experience. Direct to permanent residence category means you have work experience, full-time work experience as a caregiver in Canada of at least 24 months. So you have at least 2 years of work experience. So basically, that's the first change. It means you can still apply under both programs, whether you have work experience in Canada or not. Previously, you could not apply unless you had at least 2 years of work experience. So that's another plus of this program. But this is where it gets murky. So as I told you, I wanted to show the video end of last year, but I decided to push it to this year, and specifically, I'm now talking about it today. So when I went to the platform, I noticed something, and let me just change my camera so that you guys can see. So you can see I'm currently on the IRCC page, canada.ca, and you can see that the pilot caps reset on January 1 and 2023. So for the home child care provider pilot, you can see that the online application cap has already been reached for the gaining experience category. And they reached the cap for this pilot, that is a gaining experience category, on January 1st, 2023, which means the pilot is closed to new applications for 2023. Guys, that's what I want to talk about. So you can see the applications opened on January 1st, 9 a.m. EST time. That is the Eastern Standard Time. That's when the applications open. On the same, now the advantage we have, like if you're based outside of Canada, is that January 1st EST time finds you, 9 a.m. finds you probably 9 p.m. on your side. So you've already been awake for some time. I'm trying to adjust my camera so that it's not, this door is confusing when it's not straight. Yeah, you're already awake, unlike somebody who's just waking up in Canada, for example. So you can see the applications opened on January 1st, 9 a.m. EST time. The same January 1st, for the home child care provider pilot, they had already reached the cap, which means that this pilot is now closed to new online applications for 2023. And that is specifically for the gaining experience category. Now, under the other category, which is, the online applications has been closed. Yeah, so the online applications have been closed because, in fact, let me just show you something here. So you can see right here, in 2023, we'll accept up to the following number of applications in each category. So these are the 2023 caps. Gaining experience category, 1615 applications, including 1,500 online applications, which are now closed, as I've just shown you. You can see that the applications opened January 1, and that same January 1, all the 1,500 slots were taken, and they are no longer accepting applications. However, there's still 150 alternate format applications that are available under this is home child care provider pilot. So, and then for the direct to permanent residence category, you can see 1,100 applications are being accepted. There's still space, 1,000 online applications and 100 alternate format applications. Okay. So guys, you can see that under the home child care provider pilot, the online applications have already been filled, but there's still space for around 150 alternate applications. So what happens with the alternate applications? Basically, it means you submit your application physically or on paper. And usually they only allow this if you're facing challenges in submitting your application for whatever reason. Let's say you've tried to upload I'm trying to position this because this door is really confusing when it's not straight. OCD manenos. Anyway, so usually what happens, they only allow you to submit an alternate application if, let's say, you're getting an error message when you're trying to apply online, and there's a whole process of how you can do that. You have to go and submit even screenshots to show that you're actually trying to apply and it's not working for you. And that's for the alternate. But you can see for the direct to permanent residence category, which means you have at least 2 years of work experience in Canada as a personal support worker or as a as a caregiver, then there's still 1,100 slots available. So guys, you can see the difference in both of those two categories. It looks like gaining experience category has a lot of demand, and that's why a lot of people submitted their online applications, and by day one it was already full, while the other one, direct to permanent residence category, does not have a lot of competition. So that alone is, for me, that one alone, it gives me encouragement, because it means if, let's say, you missed out this year on the getting experience category, then by next year when they open, it means that you have an advantage of being able to submit your application, because you'd already gained a whole extra 1 year of experience. Now, when you look at the home support worker application, let me just go back to the screen. So this is the home support worker. You can see the home support worker pilot is open. It's still open to new applications. In 2023, we'll accept up to the following number of applications in each category. Gaining experience category, they're accepting 1,650 applications. And then direct to permanent residence category, they are accepting 1,100 applications. So the fact that this is not updated, it means they're still accepting applications, because as soon as they reach the maximum number of applications, they will come and update here on the platform. So guys, if you have the qualifying experience for a home support worker, I highly encourage you to submit your application now, today, because these things are filling up real quick. You can see the one for child support, the child care provider one, filled up same day. That, gosh. Okay, allow me guys, I'm gonna rotate this. I'm trying to update my tripod. I don't know what is happening. Just give me 1 second. I'm trying to, yeah, I think this is now better. Oh, I hate that door handle. It's not straight and it's really distracting me. Anyway, you need to submit your application because they are filling up real fast. And then if, let's say, for some reason you wanted to apply for the home child care provider pilot and you missed out, I'm just gonna give you 3 ways you can quickly get ready for the CAP reset in 2024 in case they reset it again, so that you don't miss out. So number 1, I've already said the CAP for the home child care provider pilot fills really quickly, and you want to prepare as much as you can before the CAP resets. So the first thing you may want to do is to create an account in the permanent residence portal if you don't already have one. I will leave a link in the description box at the bottom of this live once I end it. So if you already have an account, you want to be able to access any caregiver applications you started before, in this case it's January 2023 when the CAP resets, but since the CAP has already been reached for the child care provider pilot, you probably have to wait until 2024. And then you have to review the documents checklist because you'll have to complete some forms online, yeah? And again, I will leave a link to where you can access those forms, and you'll have to complete other forms in PDF format and upload them to your application. You can start completing these forms now, and then you can start gathering the support documents that you'll need. And then you can also pay your fees before you apply, because if you pay your fees first and then submit your application, because the CAP was reached, you can always ask for a refund. So guys, that is something you can start doing. Fill in You create an account in the permanent residence portal, and then you wait when they open next year, then you can submit your application for the child care provider. But remember, the home support worker pilot is still open. I don't know for how long. It could fill up today. Today is January 4th. It could fill in, but if it doesn't, then you still have time. So what you'll have to do is you will have to apply through the permanent residence portal. As long as the cap has not been reached, you'll be able to submit a new application. Once you sign into the portal, choose economic when asked which program you are applying to. You'll then see the 4 categories available for the pilots as long as the cap is at full. So you'll either find home childcare provider pilot, gaining experience category. This you won't find this year because it's already full. Then you'll find home childcare provider pilot, direct to permanent residence category. This is still open, so you'll find it. Then you'll find home support worker pilot, gaining experience category. This is still open. Home support worker pilot, direct to permanent residence category is still open. So make sure you choose the right category, because if you choose the wrong category, IRCC may return or refuse your application. And the worst part is that as long as IRCC reaches the cap in the application, it doesn't matter whether the application is wrong or it's correct or is not complete, it's still counted as a cap. So if, let's say, there are 1,650 applications submitted and only 500 are complete and meet all the requirements, it doesn't matter. They don't open. They will just wait until the following year. So if you can't apply online for one reason or another, like if you need accommodations, including for disability, you can ask for the application in another format. That's why we have the alternate applications, and currently they're still open for the home, the child care provider pilot. So to ask for an alternate format, you have to go to the IRCC website and follow the instructions on what to do. I will leave a link in the description box for that as well. So in terms of the requirements of what you will do, of course, you're gonna need to prove that you either have experience as a child support worker or, a child care provider worker, or as a home support worker. Those are the requirements that you're gonna need. So basically, guys, the essence of today's video was just to create the urgency to let you know that these 2 programs are vital for you if you wanna immigrate to Canada as a home child care provider or as a home support worker. They have caps that they give every year. It opens in January 1. As you've seen, the home child care provider pilot is already full for gaining experience category, but it's still open for direct to permanent residence category. And you also have to note that they have a cap on the number of applications they take every year. So you must beat that deadline. And the applications fill up so quickly, guys. So you need to make sure that you submit your applications in time. And if you missed out on the home child care provider pilot program, then you can start preparing for the program next year when they open on January 1 by creating an account in the permanent residence portal, reviewing your document checklist, and if you can pay your fees before you apply, because even if you can't submit your application because the cap was reached, you can still ask for a refund. So guys, that's what I wanted to bring to your attention today. Thank you for staying with me to the end of this video. Thank you to everyone who joined in on the live. It was great to see you again this year, and I will definitely see you on my next live or on my next video. Bye guys, Happy New Year. Thank you so much. Bye.